Hello everyone, this is Dr. Ergin, your SugarMD, your Port St. Lucie, Florida endocrinologist. Today we are talking about neuropathy healing foods. Now it's not going to happen overnight. I'm not going to give you a miracle, but I'm going to tell you a diet in the long term that will help improve that pesky neuropathy. So let's dive into that right now. If you don't believe that you can reverse your diabetic neuropathy with diet, after this video, you probably will. Now, neuropathy affects millions, right? People with diabetes, people without diabetes. And one thing that I want to stress, that even without diabetes, if your blood sugars are spiking over 180 milligram per deciliter all the time, right? Eating high carb meal, processed foods, this diet may not help you either. So it's very important to take steps to keep those blood sugar spikes below 180 milligram per deciliter. So regularly checking your blood sugar levels, staying active, possibly using supplements and medications, seeing your doctor, getting suggestions. All of these are going to be a part of holistic care. So again, I'm not going to give you a diet that miraculously will make diabetic neuropathy go away overnight. But remember, combining different strategies will give you the best chance at managing your health and getting your health back to its track. Let's begin by understanding neuropathy. A lot of people don't even know what exactly neuropathy is and how it can affect you. For most people, neuropathy just means that just some cramps or pain in your legs or your feet, whatever, or numbness or tingling, but it's way more than that. Now, we know that the nerves get damaged. We had some live episodes about this. And by the way, we are making live episodes every other week. So make sure you attend those episodes that are way more detailed, more personable one-on-one. We're answering questions. Most people realize some numbness and tingling in their hands and feet. It starts with the feet. It doesn't really start with the hands. However, you may still have neuropathy in your hands, but that's not the typical diabetic neuropathy. Yet it is some sort of diabetic neuropathy. Now, it is also essential to discuss the autonomic neuropathy, which a lot of people don't realize that they have autonomic neuropathy even before those numbness or tingling starts on their feet and whatnot, and they just go from doctor to doctor not realizing that they have autonomic neuropathy. Now, autonomic neuropathy affects the nerves that actually controls the involuntary bodily functions. What are they? Breathing, right? Do you really control your breathing? You don't. You go to the restroom, you need to urinate or poop or whatever. Do you control that? Yeah, you think you're controlling it, but you don't really. You just go there when it's time to go, but you're not really saying,
oh, let me schedule my urination tomorrow at 5 p.m.
It's not going to happen, right? So it is automatically taken care of. All of these automatically happening stuff is actually happening with the autonomic nervous system. You're like a little clock. So everything needs to go in tandem. When the nerves are not functioning, then you'll start having problems. Like, for example, your heart rate. Your heart rate may be stuck at 90 or 100, and you try to exercise, but you can't because your heart rate cannot go up. Or you're relaxed, but your heart rate is not going down to 60s. It should, but it's not. Well, you have autonomic neuropathy. Your heart rate is supposed to fluctuate depending on your activity level. Same thing with blood pressure. You get up and you're dizzy, or you stand up a little bit and you start getting dizzy, lightheaded. Normally, your body should adjust the blood pressure. I get up, sit down, get up, sit down, right? So I'm not getting dizzy. Why? Because my blood pressure is getting adjusted. And if you're not able to do that, that means that there are problems in your nervous system. Another thing, digestive processes, right? Gastroparesis is so common. You don't have to have even like a diagnosis of gastroparesis, but it could be that, sometimes high blood sugars will slow down your stomach. And, some people wake up like nauseous in the morning. They don't realize, why they're nauseous in the morning. Well, they probably have gastroparesis. Sometimes we'll eat certain meals, high-fat meals, and they will be like so bloated and so miserable, and they will not realize they actually have gastroparesis. Again, that's a neuropathy, autonomic neuropathy. Loss of bladder control or changes in sweating. Now, people sit down and just sweat, and that's so embarrassing, right? And they're like, what's happening? Well, this type of temperature regulation problems, especially when you're eating, it's called gustatory sweating, can also happen from diabetic neuropathy. Let me know what kind of symptoms you have. Maybe we can answer your questions in the section below. I'm not your doctor. I may give you some ideas. I'm not going to give you any treatment or diagnosis, but I may give you some ideas if you ask your questions in the comment section below. Like I said, these symptoms can really affect your daily life. Not to mention, if it becomes a pain, it's not a pain in your ass, but it's pain in your legs. And that could be worse than a pain in the ass. Why? Because you may not be able to sleep, and that is a problem because when you don't sleep, everything goes down the drain. Now, the diet that I'm going to talk to you today is specifically crafted to help the neuropathy. We are going to talk about embracing certain foods that are packed with nutrients that will support your nerve health. What are they? Well, lean proteins, omega-3 rich fish, fiber-filled leafy greens, low glycemic fruits, nutrient-dense nuts. It's also important to include alpha-lipoic acid and thiamine in your diet. You have to avoid high sugar and carb-heavy foods because that's going to drain a lot of thiamine from your system. Because again, the more sugar you're trying to consume or process in your body, the more thiamine you're using. And when your blood sugar is constantly high, you're constantly in need of that thiamine. And when you have a lot of oxidative stress in your body, because oxidative stress happens when you're trying to burn all this glucose that you have in your blood, then you need an antioxidant, in this case, alpha-lipoic acid, right? Even thiamine helps with that. Let's talk about the reasons why we said lean proteins like chicken. Some people like to go with tofu if they are vegetarian, etc. But these are excellent sources of B12. Why? B12 is vital for your nerve health. A lot of people take metformin. And I see them in my clinic and I'm like, hey, do you take any B12? They're like, what? Like, you never heard of that? Like metformin will prevent B12 absorption? They're like, no, I've been on metformin for 20 years and here I am with neuropathy. Well, maybe some B12 will just fix that problem. So sometimes easy things can take care of things that look major problems to you. Omega-3 from fish source, like salmon and mackerel, for example, they are super anti-inflammatory because you need that omega-3 to repair your nerves, especially the nerve sheet we call myelin. Green veggies and nuts, they're super rich in B vitamins, right? So B6, B12, B1, those are the things that your nerves need to heal. And magnesium is another one that are in there that will also help you, by the way, stay calm, especially if you're using magnesium glycinate, that will help you. People who take SugarMD diavitamin are already taking magnesium glycinate, if you didn't know, but it is in there, embedded. Again, we have to really concentrate on these thiamine-rich, alpha-lipoic acid-rich foods is crucial. So let's talk about B1 a little bit more. It's a significant role in the nerve function and energy metabolism. I talked about this in other videos before, like you can just Google or YouTube benfotiamine and SugarMD. You will find a bunch of videos and articles, but the reason we talk about benfotiamine is, it is different than thiamine in a way that it is more fat soluble. So when it comes in a supplement form, it's a lot easier for your body to absorb that. Same thing with dehydroberberine versus berberine. I mean, we have both berberine and dehydroberberine, but a lot of people prefer dehydroberberine because of less side effects. And a lot of times people still have side effects to berberine and even dehydroberberine, but less likely to have side effects of dehydroberberine because the way it is designed to help with the absorption. Some of you cannot give up on grains. Guess what? Okay, you got me. Brown rice, oats, they all have thiamine in there. But my favorites for thiamine will be legumes like lentils and black beans, so as well as nuts and seeds. So that's what I prefer more than the rice, for example, right? So on the flip side, I mean, there are ALA in plant-based foods as well. To increase your alpha-lipoic acid intake, I would say get back to your flaxseed, chia seed. Make sure the flax seeds don't bother you too much. Sometimes people have trouble with that. Chia seeds are a lot easier to digest, but walnuts should be your favorite nut when it comes to alpha-lipoic acid content. You can add these things to your smoothies, salads, enjoy as a snack, whatever you want with them. But again, think about thiamine, alpha-lipoic acid, and B-complex vitamins when it comes to your nerve health. A lot of people get our SugarMD neuropathy support, which is, again, that has all of these components put in a supplement. But don't be the person who just goes eats junks and just takes supplements hoping that it's going to fix everything. we don't promote this in this channel, right? We promote a holistic diet, a natural diet, and some supplements too, just in case you're missing out on certain things, because it's hard to be perfect. Some people will say in this channel, I see some comments, it's like,
if I eat everything this guy talks about, I'll be off 300 pounds.
well, we talk about everything in moderation, and that's why, God put a lot of things, a lot of good things in a lot of different foods. We talk about variety, when I talk about a food, I don't mean that you have to go get that food right now and eat it every day. You can mix and match and eat different things. As long as you're mindful, you understand what you're eating in that food, it helps, right? But, to stay on track, some people will just use that extra supplement as well to make sure that they're eating a good diet, but they're ensuring that they're getting that alpha-lipoic acid and thiamine and B-complex vitamins daily, because most people need more than enough of those vitamins in their diet. The regular diet may not be enough when you have a problem going on. For those who don't have diabetes, yeah, you don't really need to take supplements. I would say a holistic good diet will prevent most of things to happen. Tell me in the comment below. I want to really know what your favorite foods are, and maybe you can give us some ideas on how to eat them and so forth, so everybody can learn something from the community. Now, I'm going to give you some practical tips though before you go. So first, for example, start your day with a breakfast rich in lean protein. You can do, for example, an omelet with spinach and tomatoes. For lunch, you can go for a grilled salmon with some mixed greens, for example. For dinner, if you're a vegetarian or you want to go a little vegetarian for dinner because you already had a lot of protein during the day, maybe go with the tofu and broccoli, cashews, like go a little Asian, Korean, whatever. They're all good. Try different things. Remember though, you gotta plan your meals. So prep your meals, plan your meals to stay ahead of the game, to stay healthy. Because a lot of times I hear from my patients, they have all sorts of excuses. My clinic, I should call it an excuse clinic, but everybody has,
yeah, doctor, I watch your videos, I love them, but you know what? I'm traveling, I'm this, I'm that.
I'm like, plan. You cannot just things to appear when you think about them. So you may not find them on the shelf everywhere you go. So you really need to plan your day to be able to execute the things you want. And there are cravings for high carb foods. And people will say, what, I get tired of those healthy things, yada, yada. Yeah, I understand that. Occasionally here and there, cheat day is fine, but you need to maintain your willpower. And make sure you do not go to the store and buy the things that you don't want to eat. Out of sight, out of mind, right? And, don't get misinformation from other sources. Some people will tell you just eat fat, just eat that. It's always good to have a balanced meal. Healthy fats from nuts and fish are actually super beneficial. Avocado, olive oil, even if it is like, grass-fed animals and, eating their red meat is perfectly fine because they're going to be a lot healthier. But again, sausages, processed meats, deli meats is not something that's going to help you. You're going to adopt a diet rich in alpha-lipoic acid, thiamine, B-complex vitamins, right? Super important and pivotal in managing your diabetic neuropathy symptoms and hopefully heal your diabetic neuropathy. Keep the blood sugars low, less than 180 at all times, even after meals. Preferably fasting numbers less than 110, 120, less than 100 is the best. And for those who are not getting relief with these changes, consider using supplements for a few months at least. Don't lose hope. Sometimes you may have to use temporarily some medications too. As an MD, I give medications, but I tell them I'm hoping to stop that medication if we are able to achieve that holistic balance in our body, and hopefully you don't need that medication anymore, right? But feel free to reach out to us at SugarMDs.com. We are happy to help you in your journey. Again, write comments. We'll try to answer them. And until next time, stay happy, stay healthy, and please take care of yourself and your nerves. Talk to you later. Hello, everyone. Thanks for watching. And this year, we are announcing for 2025 January start a diabetes reversal program, and we need your input. So go to diabetesreversalformula.com and sign up, be a thought leader, give us your recommendations how to create this program so we can beat diabetes together. See you later.